Welcome to Earth Day. Well, it's not really Earth Day. I didn't even know Earth Day was a thing. It was actually a little while ago. But we're going to celebrate the Earth by taking a pile of junk that's in my backyard and building a car out of it. Well, starting with the frame, I've got an original frame from a 1923 Ford Model T. It has definitely seen better days. It's got some cracks in it, lots of rust holes. That's a good start. I have some wrought iron fence and railing. I don't know if that's going to help. I don't know if I'll use it or not, or if I'll need it or not, but I got it along with some aluminum sheets over here. Body, I've got a right side door, original right side door from a 1923 Ford Model T, and the firewall. I plan on using those. I'm not exactly sure how this is going to turn out. The rest of the body, I cut the sheet metal off a 96 Chevy Blazer. So if I end up doing a hood, I'll probably do what Joe did and cut the tops off of these. I may use those for a hood. Grill, I use the tops of these doors and weld them up to make a grill shell, or maybe no grill, I don't know. And then I've got all these sheet metal for the sides. The hood will probably be the back, will end up becoming the back of the body or the tub. Suspension, I've got some Mustang 2 front suspension left over from the Pinto stock car. I've got several choices of coil spring rates, again left over from the Pinto stock car that'll go with the front suspension. I got a Ford 8-inch rear axle. I don't know if I'm going to use that or not. This one, the tube is bent. It is a 4-lug, but I don't think that's too hard to convert over. I'll use Pinto rear leaf springs more than likely, or whatever I got lying around. I think I can use some suspension off the Blazer too. If I need more metal, I can use some of the frame rails off the Blazer. Wheels are ugly, but they were free. It's a 5-on, 4.5-inch bolt pattern, I believe, on these wheels. I'll probably at least paint them flat black because they're not the greatest. They're 19-inch wheels. Probably at least paint them flat black to, I don't know, do something with the chrome. Transmission 700 R4. Seats, I got seats. Old pair of seats out of the Celica. Again, I know the T-buckets, normally the seats are built in to the bodywork, to the tub. So I have them if I need to use them. Of course, the power plant. It's been sitting outside for a while. And that is a 454 that I got for free off of OfferUp. The cylinder, I don't know what the, I'll try to look up the casting number on this block. Maybe, I'm sure somebody knows something, they can leave some information on it in the comments. Same with the cylinder heads. I know there's casting numbers on these somewhere. I think that might be it right there. Is that 338 or 336781? So supposedly this engine came out of a Suburban at some point, a 70s Suburban. Intake manifold, just a stock cast iron intake manifold. I picked up super cheap along with a Holley 650 double pumper. I've had this on the Granada and on the F250. Neither one of them liked it very much. So I don't know if it needs tuning. I don't know if it has issues. I'm not quite sure what it needs. But it needs something, or at least it didn't work on those two. For a radiator, I have the radiator out of the Blazer for a 4.3 liter V6. I don't know if this is probably not going to be big enough to cool the big block, the 454. But it's what I got. I also have a radiator from the 5.7 liter Hemi. And I have another radiator from the Celica. Maybe I'll use 2 radiators. I don't know. Now we get to the new parts that I have purchased. These were a lot of the stuff I bought for a project several years ago. Actually, the yellow RX-8. I'll leave a tag or a link here in the video where I talk about the RX-8. That's actually, I traded it for the Celica. But I have some cheap, there's a dipstick, front cover, some black valve covers, all cheap stuff, sheet metal, tin, but that'll work. Hopefully it'll work unless I come up with something or find something better or cheaper. Of course, a brand new gasket set, KS 2618, should be for a 454. I have a box of carburetors and carburetor parts. That 650 Holley also came with a Street Avenger. It's a, I don't even remember what size this is. I think this might be a 652, 80670 Street Avenger, and I have the Holley that came off the F250 that has been, it got stuck on full throttle twice on me now. I really don't want to give it a third opportunity. But I got lots of carburetor parts, again, left over from stock car racing. Some more parts I have purchased over the years for this engine. To be honest with you, I don't even remember what's in here. I think this is a harmonic balancer. Yep. It's like a, I think this is like a fluid dampener knockoff or something. I don't know. But there's a harmonic balancer. Nothing but the cheapest stuff. Nothing but the cheapest stuff I could find on Amazon. There is a new set of head bolts. What else? New set of flex plate bolts. I do have the torque converter for that transmission. Oh, the engine's got a flex plate on it. Forgot about that, but no bolts in it. It came without the bolts. That's why I got that. I believe this is the brand new distributor, made in another country. Cheap, right from Amazon. The cheapest I could find. Oh yeah. HEI one. What else do I have in here? I think this is a water pump. How do I open this thing? There is the water pump. Electric, because the car I was going to go on did not have room for a water pump. So again, I'm not quite sure how that's going to work out. I'm not sure if anyone's used a Speedmaster electric water pump. Let me know. The reviews were not the greatest, but again, it was cheap. I think that's it for parts. I got some JB weld. Of course, you gotta have JB weld when you're building an engine. Might be the push rods. I don't know. Yep, there we go, a new set of push rods. Oh, and freeze plugs. So that is what I have right now for this project. I don't know exactly what I spent on everything. I want to say it was somewhere around 400 bucks for everything so far. Like I said, most of this was free. The wheels were free, seats were free, sheet metal. I actually bought the Blazer for parts for another vehicle that I don't have anymore. So it was 100 bucks for the Blazer, and I was just gonna cut it up and scrap it because there's nothing on there I need anymore. But it's gonna give parts to the hot rod. So that has brake parts on it I can use. There's electronic solenoids on there. There's switches. There's all kinds of stuff on there that I can scavenge. So that's kind of where I'm starting. I wanted to start this project 2020 was my original plan. That didn't happen. Then the drop dead date to start the hot rod T-bucket build was going to be January 2021, and this is the first time I've actually got all the parts out. I actually have a steering column from the Celica. I might have another one that came out of the F250. I've got some U-joints. I've got some old gauges left over from stock cars, which I haven't even dug out yet. They're in the back in the shed or up in the attic. So I'm just kind of using what I have laying around to put something together. What inspired me for this project, there's a website called tbucketplans.com. John is the administrator of it, and it's just, you need plans on how to build a T-bucket. A lot of their plans can be used for other hot rods as well. I had originally planned on doing a T-bucket, and I thought about getting a Jeep, another Jeep Liberty. I can cut down and just put the body on a hot rod frame. They've got the plans. They're really cheap. very affordable. They're all electronic. You pay for it, you get it in the email, and you can download it. Just a great company. I'm not affiliated or associated with them in any way. So I'm not getting paid for any of this. But that's just a website I found probably 15 years ago now. I had bought the plans to do a tea bucket, and I just never could figure out how to work it into my schedule. It's been something I wanted to do for decades now. That's been on my bucket list, tea bucket for my bucket list. And the way they lay it out, the way they were building tea buckets is just with junk cars. So that's what I'm doing today. The junk cars I'm using are a lot different. They're using 70 Chevelles and station wagons and other stuff that's valuable now. That's what they were using for sheet metal and for parts. I'm using newer stuff I picked up for cheap or free. So check out their website. I'll leave a link in the description, a little bit about it. John is the guy that administers the website. Really great stuff if you're thinking about doing any kind of hot rod build, tea bucket build, even if it's not a tea bucket, just like a 32, any kind of hot rod. They've got some plans that can be adjusted to the dimensions for whatever you're doing. So stay tuned. This project's going to be probably a long-term project. I would like to get the kids involved in this as much as I can, building it. I've got lots of ideas on what to do, and I don't really have a direction as of right now, other than I just got to get started on it, because I got a pile of junk in the backyard that I've been collecting for a while in order to do this. So check out freeteabucketplans.com. If you have any advice for me, any suggestions, anything you'd like to see, anything I should be doing, anything I should be looking for, let me know. Just keep in mind my budget is pretty much zero. Remember to subscribe, and I will see you in the next video. Parts left and right. Put that on the bottom. Whoa! No, I hope you can seal up very good either. Lots of parts in here. Explain why I'm losing carburetor parts all over the place.